You think you have a money problem, but you don't. You have a decision problem. You were just never taught how money actually works. Think about it honestly. You spent years in school, you studied subjects you barely remember today, but no one ever sat you down and explained something far more important. Why do some people earning average salaries sleep peacefully at night? And why do others earning twice as much spend their entire lives one unexpected bill away from panic? The answer has nothing to do with the size of your paycheck. Something else determines your financial security. Something most people never figure out. Picture this: two people working in the same office building in the same city. The first person earns $90,000 a year. Walk into their apartment, and it looks exactly like what success is supposed to look like. A huge television on the wall, a wardrobe packed with clothes, some still carrying tags from last season, a kitchen full of gadgets bought with good intentions. Open their banking app and the reality hits. Enough savings to survive maybe 6 weeks without a paycheck. A credit card balance that shrinks and grows but never fully disappears. Low-level anxiety following them into weekends, waking them at 3 a.m. for no reason they can identify. Now look at the second person. They earn $51,000 a year, smaller apartment, a 5-year-old car fully paid off, one closet of clothes, all worn regularly. Check their banking app, 16 months of living expenses, sitting safely in savings, 20% of every paycheck, automatically moving into investments before daily spending even begins. Zero credit card debt, zero financial anxiety, complete calm, same city, same cost of living. The person earning almost half has built 10 times the financial stability. Your income is not what determines whether you build wealth. What matters is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. And that gap is something you control completely, no matter what number shows up on your payslip. Every single thing you buy has 2 price tags. You only ever see the first one. The second one is the reason most people stay broke. The first price tag is the number on the receipt. Your brain checks it, it feels acceptable. So you buy. Transaction done, move on. But the moment that object enters your home, the second price tag starts running. And unlike the first one, it never stops. Here's how that second price tag works across 4 areas most people never think about. The first area is space cost. In most cities, residential space costs between $25 and $45 per square foot every year. That exercise by taking up space in your bedroom is costing you hundreds of dollars every single year just to store. Not to use, to store. After 3 years, you have paid more to house that bike than you originally paid to buy it. The second area is maintenance cost. Annual upkeep on most major purchases runs between 10 and 15% of what you originally paid. A $25,000 car costs approximately $2,500 to $3,500 every year in maintenance, insurance, and depreciation before you drive a single mile. Most people calculate only the purchase price and stop thinking there. The third area is mental cost. Researchers found that unused possessions and visual clutter measurably raise your stress hormone levels and reduce your ability to focus. Your stuff is quietly affecting your mood and your mental energy every single day. The fourth area is opportunity cost. Every $1,000 you spend unnecessarily is $1,000 not growing for your future. At an average annual market return of 10%, $1,000 invested today becomes approximately $6,700 in 20 years. You are not spending $1,000. You are trading $6,700 of your future for something you probably will not care about in 6 months. When you add all 4 together, most possessions cost 2 to 3 times more than their purchase price. The people who build genuine wealth on ordinary incomes are not more disciplined than you. They simply read the full price before deciding whether something is worth buying. Walk through your home today and ask one honest question about every single object you see. If this disappeared tonight while you were sleeping, would you go and spend money to replace it? Not whether you would notice it was gone. Not whether it was expensive, simply whether you would actively choose to buy another one. Answer honestly. You would not replace most of the kitchen equipment sitting untouched in your cabinets. You would not replace the majority of clothes hanging in your wardrobe that you have not worn in over a year. These objects are not neutral. They are costing you money every single month through the space they occupy, the mental weight they carry, and the maintenance they quietly demand. Now apply this same question before buying anything new. Will you still want to replace this if it disappears 2 years from now? That one honest question, applied consistently, eliminates a huge portion of unnecessary spending without removing a single thing that genuinely makes your life better. Economists call it lifestyle inflation, and it operates completely invisibly. When your income increases, your brain quietly recalibrates what feels normal. The apartment that felt perfectly fine at $60,000 begins to feel a little small at $90,000. The car that worked well last year starts to feel slightly misaligned with where you are in life now. None of this feels like overspending. It feels like natural and reasonable adjustment. Research shows that for every dollar increase in income, the average person increases their spending by 83 cents, which means that across an entire career, most income growth is immediately absorbed by lifestyle expansion. You earn more and more, but the gap between your income and your expenses barely moves. The solution requires one specific habit. Before your income touches any spending category, a fixed percentage moves automatically to your investment accounts. Financial research consistently shows that 20% is a level at which real long-term wealth accumulation becomes reliably possible for people on average incomes. And the mechanism matters enormously. Studies show that people who manually transfer money to savings after paying expenses save an average of 4% of their income. People who automate the transfer before any spending begins save an average of 18%. Same income, same intention, completely different outcome, because you cannot spend money that is already gone before your daily decisions begin. You have tried to spend less before you set a budget. It worked for a few weeks and then quietly collapsed. This is not a failure of your willpower. This is a failure of your environment. Every major platform where you shop has invested heavily in making the gap between your impulse and your completed purchase as small as possible. Your payment details are saved so buying takes seconds. Notifications arrive when you are bored, tired, or stressed. The entire architecture is specifically designed to move money from your account before your rational mind has time to form a considered opinion. You cannot beat that system through determination alone. Willpower runs out by the end of every day. Your environment stays constant. The only effective solution is to rebuild your environment so that it works for you instead of against you. Remove your saved payment details from every platform where impulse spending happens. Set a 48-hour waiting rule for any purchase you did not plan in advance. Research shows that approximately 65% of purchase impulses disappear completely within 48 hours without any effort required. The desire was never deep, it simply needed time to reveal itself as temporary. Every purchase beyond genuine need is a trade. You are exchanging your ability to make free choices about your own life for an object. That $14,000 car upgrade you did not truly need was not simply a $14,000 decision. It was the option to leave a job damaging your health. It was the capacity to handle a family emergency without going into debt. It was the freedom to take a risk on something that matters to you without needing a guaranteed outcome first. The person with 16 months of expenses saved makes every major life decision from genuine freedom. Every person without that foundation makes their most important decisions from financial pressure. And decisions made under financial pressure consistently produce worse outcomes in every area of life that matters. Most people never decide what enough looks like, so they earn more and spend more and arrive nowhere new. You need to decide today what genuinely sufficient looks like for your real life, not the maximum your income could theoretically support. What level of comfort and quality produces real daily satisfaction beyond which spending more returns almost nothing meaningful? Write that number down. Build toward it deliberately, and when your income exceeds it, let everything above that line build the one thing no object can ever give you. Real wealth is not measured by what you own. It is measured by what you are free to choose. You did not arrive where you are through one large mistake. You arrived through thousands of small ones that each felt completely reasonable at the time. The second apartment was not built on a higher salary. It was built on a clearer understanding of what things actually cost. That understanding is available to you right now. The only thing required is the willingness to finally look at the second price tag. Thanks for watching.